Hello. What is going on, y'all? Another video in the Top Life YouTube channel. Excuse the voice, I'm a little under the weather. This winter has been brutal. Let's just be honest, it's been brutal. But look at them upgrades. Tati Casillas, future star Garincha, as y'all already knew. And the big homie Goat Messi. So, this video, what do we got? We got a Storytime episode number 2. All right, but before we get into all of that, as I told y'all in the last episode or the last video, we are cooking these fools out here, okay? Cooking them, stir frying them, sauteing them, grilling them. It is bad out here for the opponents, okay? But let's get into the story time. So for this one, we're going to go way back. To a child story, okay? Childhood story. Back in the day, I was about 5. Look at Zizou. I was about 5 years old. So as a kid, I did grow up abroad, right? So I went to college abroad, and I did grow up for a little bit of time abroad, okay? So, in this time, I was in France, right? Alors, je peux parler français aussi. So, for the French folk, y'all know what I said. For the non-French folk, I would have added some subtitles for that. But yeah, so at the time, I was about 5 years old, living in France, going to school in France, okay? So, as a kid in a foreign country, trying to get acclimated, trying to understand, it wasn't easy. So I'm trying to fit in. I'm trying to fit in school, trying to fit in the crowds, So trying to minimize any issues or problems. And look at the big dog Garincha getting at it. Get at him again. Big boy Garincha. Let's go, man. We cooking them. So I'm trying to fit in, and I'm trying to minimize any sort of issues, right? Now, unfortunately, as a kid, it's very difficult to do that, especially as a young kid. So on this day, this particular day, it was one of those days, right? One of those days, things just weren't going well. And I'm surprised that I remember this, all these years later. But I do. And it was rough. It was rough. But we grow, we mature, we move. Builds character. So on this day, at school, at lunch, getting some food, as small kids got to do, eat some lunch, then go to recess. So at recess, I'm like, man, my stomach kind of, it's kind of bubbling. And so I was like, you know what, maybe it's just a small issue. It'll pass. So we get done with recess, I'm okay, so I'm just like, whatever, we did it, we made it past, right? So we're in class now, doing some sort of activity. I can't remember exactly what the activity was, but again, stomach starts yelling at me. I'm like, Jesus. And as a small kid, I don't really know how to problem solve. What 4 or 5 year old knows how to problem solve? At that point, you just kind of freeze. And so, long story short, the lower half did get soiled. All right, lower half did get soiled, and it wasn't a number 1. Okay. let's just put it simply. It wasn't the number 1. Now, I do remember that there was a teacher's assistant, and look at the boy Messi just doing what he does. Look at the team. This team is untouchable, okay? But I do remember there was a teacher's assistant, and she was a godsend. I will say that much. She was a godsend. I can't remember her name, but I do kind of remember what she looks like or what she looked like at the time. And if I could, I would, send her all the blessings because she was a real one. So she sees me, right? She sees me. She can see that I'm, not doing too good. And so she comes over. She's like, "Hey, what's going on? I see something's going on here. What's going on?" And I'm like, "I'm not feeling good." So she's like, "Okay, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And as this type of scenario, there are different senses that can kind of give you an idea. And the sense of smell kind of gave me. So she's like, "Okay, we're gonna have to take care of this." So we have to go to the restroom. She has to basically figure out on the fly what she's gonna do to help the situation. So I'm like, "Okay, cool. We're gonna be all right. I'm gonna still be able to go get away from this situation scot-free. No one's gonna know what happened to me. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm still good." So everything is good for the most part, right? I'm like, "Okay, we're good. We're cleaned up. We're good." The only problem was that I didn't have a second pair of pants. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have a second pair of pants because I can't predict that I'm going to have this issue. So I'm like, okay, how do we figure this out? And as again, taking nothing away from the TA at the time, right? She's a godsend. She helped me out for real. But her solution, the only solution she had, as tough as it was, the only pair of pants that she had for me, the only pair of pants, man, these bright neon hot pink pants, man. So it's a problem. So I'm over here trying to fly under the radar. After all was said and done, I get back. The pants are bright, hot pink, man. But it is what it is. I got to deal with it. So I walk into the classroom, chest up, head held high. As much as I'm trying to fake it, I'm struggling, man. They got me in hot pink pants. But the main point, the most important point, is that we were cleaned up. We were doing okay. And we were good to go, apart from those pink pants. So the kids they're cooking me, man. They're cooking me. There's nothing else I can do. I just got to accept it. Man. It was rough, bro. It was rough, but it builds character. So we had another maybe hour or so before school was over. And, from that point on, I was known as Pink Pants, man. It just is what it is. It is what it is, man. As a kid, I was fuming. As a grown man now, I can look back and laugh. But oh man, back then, hey, I was pissed. I was fuming. But it is what it is, man. All's well that ends well, right? Embarrassing moments. It is what it is. At least people knew me. So I wasn't a stranger anymore. I wasn't the new kid on the block. I was now Pink Pants. All right? And I wore that name proudly. So you want to call me Pink Pants, then call me Pink Pants, man. Call me Pink Pants. But yeah, man, that's life. That is life. You live, you learn, you grow, you mature. And that's just what happens. That's how it goes. Now look at the squad. Look at the team. Look at how we're cooking everybody out here. This is basically Div 1 gameplay. This matches to get into Div 1. 4 matches, all clean sheets, all destruction. First match, what was it? 3-0. Second match, 4-0. Third match, 3-0. Look at this one. What do we got? Another 3-0. Ooh, disgusting. Disgusting what the team is doing out here. But I told y'all in the last match, that's what we doing. Moving forward, this is what we're doing. So I'm not going to be able to guarantee a rank 1, but if we keep on building the squad the way we're building it, that rank 1 is looking imminent. So those are the matches. In the end here, I thought, I was like, you know what? Let me play one more match in Div 1. Let me see if we can get another one. But in the end, I was like, you know what? We'll leave it there. We've committed enough atrocity. We've committed enough atrocities for one day. We will give the opponents a rest. Okay? But yeah, that's about it, fellas. Until the next time, I will catch y'all. All right.